Hey heroes, Kolz here. Today I'm going to be going through release notes 3.1.0 for Heroes vs. Hordes. I have a little bit different agenda for today. In addition to just going through all of the release notes, I'm also going to give you an update on HvH Lounge and my YouTube channel in general. Starting off, these release notes are short. I actually just went through them already. There's not a lot going on here, and so the big one is there's a new adventure hero. Hooray for that. He or she is going to be making enemies suffer until they die. Okay. And that goes live on 3/12, so we got 6 more days. So remember, finish your adventures. I'm working on an adventure video right now. The best way to make sure that you'll hit your numbers is to simply add the ends in date with your current stage. So for example, it ends in, I think this number is 5, and my current stage is, no, it ends in 4, and my current stage is 36. So I'm gonna hit it on the last day. 36 plus 4 is 40. But then, so the big news was that my rant worked from last week. And by my rant worked, I mean they listened to general community feedback. And they're not going to be doing the 3 and 4 day events, which is awesome because those were just going to feel like a total money suck at the end of the day to people playing the game. Now, I ended up getting the borer in that mining event. I got extremely lucky in the first like 100, 200 deaths. And so for 3K gems, I was able to get the borer. But if it had been a full event, I would have saved like 1,000 to 1,500 gems, I think. So, I mean, I still thought it was worth it for 3K, but I would have preferred to spend 1.5K less, would have been nice. The new boss Brawl from the last release, also fantastic. Me and the guilds are working through like the best boss Brawl heroes. It's a lot of fun. It still favors whales, but the reward system now is much more spread out that there's no incentive to purposely just tank. And you get to try out a bunch of new heroes and think through a boss Brawl strategy. So I will have a boss Brawl video in the coming weeks. I'll jump right into just kind of like scheduling how the channel is doing, how the website's doing. I'm scheduling content now that's like 3 weeks out. So videos I'm working on today, like sometimes don't get published for like another 2 or 3 weeks. I actually quit my job. My last day was the end of February. So I'm going to be putting more effort into this. And I have a couple other online businesses that I've been wanting to start for 10 years that I'm going to put some effort into now. I will continue to be like even more available on this, and I will continue to build out the HvH Lounge website. Other side of that is that I need to start making money again, or at least making money on this side project. And so I'm going to start doing more stuff like setting up a Patreon. Like I just said, I'm like 3 weeks out. If you want early access to that content, I'm going to set up Patreon and you'll be able to access that early content sooner. And then I'm going to have a buy me a coffee on the website, and I'll probably start throwing ads up soon. So the website right now is doing 300 visits a day, which 2 months into the project, I'm very, very happy with. That nets out to about 10,000 a month, which is nothing huge on internet terms, but it's not bad. So that's probably like $10 CPMs, you'd hope. So you're looking around like $100 a month kind of in website revenue. Channel is on track to be monetized in 4 more months. So I'm hoping that can kind of start growing exponentially. I think these videos are pretty good based on like other video game videos I've been watching for the last 10 years. So hopefully that starts to grow not linearly and starts getting a little bit exponential, but it's on pace from the beginning for a 6-month monetization schedule, and so that's really good. If I can get these things monetized faster, I will start investing more in content within the game, right? So for example, Warlord is available today. I'm not going to spend the $75 to buy him. However, if I had revenue from the channel, I would. So I would be investing actually probably the $150 to get the 2 special weapons and Warlord. It's actually like a decent package for the game. As the channel starts making more money and as the website starts making more money, I'll invest it back into the channel. So I'm super excited to be doing this. I really, really enjoy these videos. It's teaching me how to do video editing generally, is what I'm kind of mostly using it for, and also how to just talk to a camera. I've been doing marketing for like 15 years, but I've always been behind the camera. And so now I'm working on getting in front of it. So that's my big HvH Lounge update. The other things I'm working on are more guides. People seem to really like guides in terms of like Google search and website traffic. So some of the most visited pages on the site, besides the best heroes list, are like the Knight build and the Barbarian build. So I'm going to be working on building out the Warlord build and the Arch and the Arcane Mage build and the Everybody's build. And then the video stuff, the tier lists do the best. Even though everyone says that you can't rank the heroes, you can rank the heroes. And so I'm going to be putting out some more tier lists in the coming weeks. And so that's the update on me and on HvH Lounge. Hopefully keep liking the content, tell your friends about it. Anyone in your guild, tell them to subscribe to HvH Lounge. So we went over the adventure hero who's going to make people suffer until they die. So good for he or she. Bug fixes. The last patch, I nailed the bug fixes, like what they are updating and changing. I was able to like turn dev speak into human speak. Pretty happy with myself on that. It's like 2 times in a row where I'm starting to speak Heroes vs. Hordes dev language, which is good and bad, I guess, for me. Means I'm pretty deep in this thing. All right, so bug fixes. Resuming your run in Boss Brawl. So Boss Brawl came out and it was all buggy. It was still super fun. So like figuring out the new heroes to use and like the strategies, it's A+. And the fact that you get to run it twice a day and they actually feel like the count is great. So I'm a big fan of Boss Brawl. I also like the new dungeon. I think all the updates recently have been fantastic in terms of like the quality of the content. So Boss Brawl, there was a bug with Arcane Mage. That's kind of sad. Yeah, Arcane Mage also seems to be the default portrait that's when you load into Boss Brawl, so I imagine it's related to that. Shards display visuals in the Boss Brawl offer now match other parts of the game. Shards display visual. Okay, so the nice thing about Boss Brawl 2, the way that it works is they've removed the super token incentive from the rewards, but instead they're giving you the option for the faction to buy shards for those heroes, which is awesome. People are asking today about like, how do I make Warlord really strong? And the key to Warlord, I'm going to go into this in more detail later, is that you need to up his forge and up his star level. So these new heroes like get exponentially stronger with star level increases, and he's one of them. But with Boss Brawl offering specific shards, you can know, in addition kind of like to your faction wars, that you'll be able to get someone like Warlord up to 3 stars in a shorter period of time. And so that's really, really big. People weren't really getting super tokens unless you came in the top 3 beforehand. And so while that hurts your weapon forging abilities, the offset in your ability to get the shards that you need, I think is definitely worth it. Especially for like someone like me who was never going to be top 3, but could finish in the top 10 consistently. So big fan. Auto collect message and hero clash will no longer be sent. So I was getting this too. I think the way they figured out the bug was like if you were able to advance in a league and you didn't like click the treasure, the next time you loaded into the game, it would send you a message saying that like you were eligible for it. So it was like kind of an unneeded email. I don't believe it was actually sending you extra hero clash tokens. And I just finished the hero clash guide. Really enjoyed that one. And that'll be coming out in like probably like 2 weeks. Buying a PvP hero with insufficient currency now directs players to the exchange tab. This is a small thing, so if you try and buy Lionheart or Circuit Breaker, it would now send you to a better tab. And part of the hero clash thing was like, don't buy the heroes. I mean, it feels really, really sad to say that out loud and write it. But if you have any of the newer kind of adventure heroes, the new heroes in Hero Clash aren't really worth it. I have Lionheart. It wasn't, I shouldn't have bought him. Instead, what you want to do is anytime special weapons come up, you want to buy tokens for those. And then you probably also want to buy tokens for your main hero. So like Warlord, or like if you want to get like Monk to 4-star. And then you also want to invest probably in like Bomb or Fire Orbs early. Those tokens will save you like using super tokens to evolve them to 4 or 5 stars. So weapon tokens are the big thing you should be buying in Hero Clash, at least in my opinion. Pet release info button now works properly. I'm always scared to release pets because I feel like I'm going to release one of my main pets by accident, and I don't want to do that. So I just have like this whole inventory of pets lined up. I'm also now starting to save eggs. I've hit all of the epic and basic pets that you can get. And so now I'm just going to have like a giant inventory of eggs. If they ever release like a new epic or rare regular basic egg or pet, I'll have the eggs to open it. Fixed Boss Brawl event leaderboard. Bubble appearing in the wrong place. It's also interesting that they always have you stuck at 4th on the left-hand side in the rankings. I wonder if this is related, and you won't be 4th anymore. You'll actually have your appropriate rank. Boss Brawl ticket. Yeah, this was weird. Boss Brawl tickets were like, the time didn't reflect actually when the ticket was resetting. And I'm getting the ticket for free on top of the normal like once a day reset. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be playing twice a day or if it's just going to be one. I don't entirely know if they meant to do that or not. And I don't think it's in my VIP level. Hopefully they keep letting me do it twice a day. It's a lot of fun. Skipping a dungeon skipping a dungeon run while the objective is complete no longer increments total runs by 2. I wish I had known about that bug. I would have definitely been doing that one, because getting up to higher levels in dungeon gets you like better rewards in terms of like dust. So I probably would have been taking advantage of that bug if I knew about it, but I didn't. Fixed secondary star rank stats for Werebeast, Bombardier, and Steam Golem. This is not a huge change. I think they were doing the math right based on what I read in Discord. They were doing the math right. It just wasn't displaying properly. So they fixed how the stats display for Bombardier, Werebeast, and Steam Golem. Bombardier. I need to go look at his kit a little bit more and see where he ranks and update the best heroes list with him. From what I'm seeing, he doesn't have any like natural healing or shields, so he's not going to be like super high on the tier list, but he looks like a fun hero. And his forge his weapon forge improves his base weapon kind of all the way up. That's kind of an interesting change. So usually like 4-star forge lets your evolution, gives you an evolution. In this case, it just makes his base one stronger, at least according to the text. I'm probably never going to get this guy unless he magically falls in my lap in some future time. And tooltip positioning behavior in boss brawl is now fixed. Tooltip positioning and behavior. Okay, so I hadn't noticed that being a bug, but I will look out for a change there. So again, this was a very small patch. The new adventure hero is the big one. Get ready to make sure you finish your adventure. Boss brawl bugs being fixed. Boss brawl is a lot of fun. Go do that. And then we're working on a huge new feature, improving existing modes, but both will take some time. So this dev team is awesome. I mean, I was giving them crap last week about the money thing, which is like fine, like they're a business, I get it. But in terms of like releasing new content consistently and at higher qualities, it's fantastic. Like their 1 week cadence is nuts for a game like this. So A+ on that side. All right, that's the rundown for 3.1.0 in Heroes vs. Hordes. I'm Kolz. I'm a high-level HVH player. Please subscribe to the channel if you like it. Please like this video if you like it. After I set up Patreon, I'll add a link in the description for that. And you can start being an executive producer and having your name appear at the end of the video if you subscribe to Patreon. Okay, cool. So remember, always do your adventures. Sure, it's probably a little wrinkly for my wife's taste, but I like it.